Today I'm going to be making a crumble. I'm not just going to make the ordinary apple crumble. I'm going to change the fruit and the topping. I'm going to switch out the apples and include pears and cranberries. And to the topping, I'm going to be adding some chocolate. To make the topping, we mix together the flour with the sugar and the butter. You add the oats and, of course, the chocolate. And then for the filling, we add the pears with the cranberries. We spice it up with some lemon zest, some cinnamon, ginger, and some nutmeg. We're going to start by making the filling. What we're going to do is we're going to take the pears and slice them and peel them. I'm going to take off the top here. I'm going to slice these pears so they're nice and thin. As well, I probably want to add some lemon juice to it. Just as I'm working, I don't want the pears to go brown. Pour this in like that. Be careful not to get some seeds in here. I've got my cranberries. I'm going to add them into the mixture here as well. That's great. I'm going to mix them in so they're kind of in there. Not just sitting on the top. Oh, that looks really nice. Have a look at that. I'm going to be mixing together the topping now. I usually start with the butter and the sugar. Mix these two together. It's always important to put the butter at room temperature. They always say it in recipes, but it really does make a difference to combining the ingredients. I find that if the butter is at all cold, it really takes an age, and it never really combines properly. I always think it's really important not to overmix this and turn it into a batter. It's not meant to be like that. It's meant to be little crumbs. So that the butter is just holding on to all the other ingredients, and then when it gets heated, it just kind of melts all the way through. And that's why there's not much flavoring on the fruit, really, because all of this is just kind of melts down into the fruit. And of course, we're going to add our chocolate to it as well, but I'm not going to do that until the very end, because I want to make sure that the flour is at the right state. I'm going to spice it up now. We're adding some cinnamon, about half a teaspoonful here. Some ground ginger, about the same amount, about half a teaspoonful. And I'm going to freshly grate some nutmeg. I always think it's really nice to freshly grind the nutmeg. Nutmeg, for some weird reason, seems to, if it's ground up and sits, just seems to turn into like a powder. It loses its flavor. If you keep it whole and grind it as you need it, it seems to have such a more intense flavor. I'm going to add the chocolate now to my mixture. I'm going to use half the bar, about 50 grams worth here. I'm going to break them up into pieces. I'm just going to mix these pieces in a little bit. You don't need much mixing. Might have one little piece to myself as well, actually. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour this mixture on top here. I'm just going to make sure that the topping is spread across the top of the dish. Put it into my oven, which is preheated to 180 degrees. I'll probably check it halfway through just to make sure it's not burning across the top, but it should take about 40 to 45 minutes. I think it's time for a cup of tea. Perfect. All I need now is some chocolate. I think I have some around here somewhere. Well, it's done. Let's have a look and see how it's turned out. Oh wow, looks really nice. It's nice and browned on the top. Oh, it smells delicious. Right, let's cut it up and see how it looks. My pear and cranberry crumble was a success. The soft pears and the tart cranberries mixed with the sweet chocolate make for a delicious wintertime treat.